Stoicism, the ancient philosophy of calm. Have you ever felt that tightness in your chest? That feeling of being overwhelmed by a world you just can't control? A difficult email from your boss, an unexpected bill, an argument with someone you love, the constant stream of bad news on your phone. Our lives are filled with things that can steal our peace. We feel anxious. We feel reactive. We feel fragile. What if I told you there was an ancient operating system for the human mind, designed over 2,000 years ago specifically to handle this feeling? A philosophy born not in quiet lecture halls, but in the heart of the Roman Empire, practiced by emperors, playwrights, and slaves alike. A philosophy designed to build a fortress of calm inside your mind, a fortress that nothing on the outside can ever truly break. This is Stoicism, and it might just be the secret to finding your calm in the chaos of modern life. To understand Stoicism, we have to start with one simple, life-changing idea. It's the foundation for everything else, and it is this: some things are within our control, and some things are not. That sounds simple, almost too simple, but think about what it really means. What is truly 100% within your control? Not the weather, not the traffic, not what other people think of you, not whether you get sick or whether you get that promotion. The only things you have absolute control over are your own thoughts, your own judgments, and your own actions, your inner world. The Stoics believed that all human suffering comes from a basic confusion, from trying to control what we cannot and from neglecting what we can. They believed that our peace is not found by changing the world outside of us, but by mastering the world inside of us. So, how do we do that? The Stoics gave us a toolkit, a set of practical exercises. Let's explore 3 of the most powerful ones. The first tool is called the view from above. When you feel overwhelmed by a problem, when a small worry starts to feel like the end of the world, I want you to try this. In your mind, begin to float upwards. Float above your room, above your house, above your city. Watch the cars become tiny specks of light. Float higher until you can see the curve of the entire country, the mountains and rivers. Higher still until the earth itself is just a beautiful blue marble hanging in the silent darkness of space. You can see the continents, the swirling clouds, the entire history of humanity playing out on that tiny sphere. All the wars, all the love stories, all the triumphs and tragedies. Now, where is your problem? Where is that angry email? That embarrassing moment? From this perspective, our biggest anxieties shrink. They don't disappear, but they are put back into their proper proportion. They are a tiny flicker on a tiny dot in an ocean of unimaginable vastness. The view from above isn't meant to make you feel insignificant. It's meant to make you feel free. Free from the crushing weight of things that, in the grand scheme of the cosmos, are not so heavy after all. The second tool is one you can use when things go wrong. It's called negative visualization. This sounds a little strange. Why would we want to visualize negative things? The Stoics knew that we are often hurt by events themselves, but are shocked and surprised when they happen. We build our lives on the assumption that everything will stay the same, that our loved ones will always be there, that our health will always be good, that our job will always be secure. So for a few moments each day, The Stoics would quietly contemplate loss. They would think about what it would be like to lose their job, to lose their home, to lose someone they love. The purpose of this was not to be morbid or to create anxiety. It was the opposite. It was a kind of training. First, it prepares you for the reality that life is impermanent. If the worst does happen, you will have, in a small way, already faced it. The shock will be less. You will be more resilient. But more importantly, it makes you incredibly grateful for what you have, right now. When you spend a moment imagining life without your partner, you hug them a little tighter when you see them. When you imagine losing your health, you appreciate the simple acts of breathing, of walking in the park. Negative visualization transforms our fear of the future into a deep and profound appreciation for the present. It is the art of wanting what you already have. The final, and perhaps most important tool, is what the Stoics called the dichotomy of control in action. It is about focusing your energy. Think of your energy like a limited amount of water. Every day, you can choose to pour that water on things you cannot control, worrying about what someone thinks of you, getting angry about politics, replaying past mistakes over and over in your mind. This is like pouring your water into the sand. It disappears, and nothing grows. Or you can choose to pour that water on the things you can control. You can't control your boss's mood, but you can control the quality of the work you produce. You can't control a rude comment from a stranger, but you can choose whether you let it ruin your day. You can choose to respond with grace or not at all. You can't control the outcome of a difficult situation, but you can control the effort and integrity you bring to it. The Stoics ask us, where are you pouring your water? Every ounce of energy you spend on the uncontrollable is stolen from the controllable. Peace comes from making a conscious decision, moment by moment, to invest your precious energy only in your own thoughts, in your own actions, and in your own character. So, Stoicism is not about being emotionless. It's not about bottling everything up. That's a common misunderstanding. It is about understanding where our emotions come from. They don't come from events. They come from our judgment about those events. And that is where our power lies. It is the power to take a breath before we react, the power to see our problems from a higher perspective, the power to be grateful for the good things in our lives right now, and the power to focus on being the best person we can be, regardless of what the world throws at us. It's a lifelong practice. It's not easy, but it is a path to a quiet, unshakable strength, a fortress of calm built one thought at a time.